meals. Really, we're getting 4 because I could have made the tacos ahead. I'm big into Mexican. And we're going to do a bunch of different ones. But this was simple with things that I had on hand and I didn't have to think about it too much. And I can freeze it. So here we go. Let's start. This one has no seasoning, just the ground beef with the salt and pepper. We're going to make that the shepherd's pie. So you need 1 jar of gravy, any kind of gravy. You're just going to pour it in. The big thing with this is you're going to have to do potatoes. This is a 12-ounce jar. That's perfect with about a pound of meat. The biggest thing is you've got to remember your potatoes. Now you can do the prepackaged stuff all day long. I'm all over it. It's super easy. But because I'm doing chicken pot pie, Brunswick stew, and shepherd's pie that are going to have potatoes with these next couple videos, I just decided to buy a 5-pound red potato bag so that I can mash and mix it myself. So the shepherd's pie is there. We've added the gravy. We're going to do corn. Now I've got the corn, and you can get these recipes in our cookbooks. They're right here. They're little recipe books. Very simple. They're $5 right on Facebook or our website. They have 100 recipes to make it easy. But we're going to add a cup of corn to this. And since we know there's going to be corn in the taco soup as well, I'm going to go ahead and add it here. Just minimize my steps. Nothing to stress about. But each one of these is going to have a totally different flavor. All right. We're going to save this corn because this corn can go in our Brunswick stew. Now, let's add the vegetables. This is my freezer blend. You can get peppers and onions and cut it yourself. Well, I don't have time, and in my opinion, there's no need to. So, I'm going to do a half a cup of these. We're going to do a half a cup in the shepherd's pie. This is celery, peppers, and onions. And we're going to do a cup in the taco soup. Perfect. And again, we will save these. These are not going in the enchiladas. I've got those other meals that I told you about. We're going to do chicken pot pie, Brunswick stew, jambalaya, and chicken divan, a whole series of those, and we're going to multi-purpose those ingredients as well. So, shepherd's pie is good to go. Actually, I just need a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I know this video is a little bit longer, but hopefully you can get some good stuff out of it. So we're going to do a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. If you don't want Italian seasoning, you can do a teaspoon of thyme. It adds that flavor. And I'm also going to do a half a teaspoon of crushed garlic. And then the mashed potatoes we're going to make in a little bit to put on top. So this one, I can go ahead and seal, just clean my space. You know this clutter is probably, well, you don't know, I know this clutter is driving me bananas. So the hardest part about this video and doing any of this is that I actually had to set it up over here instead of bring you guys to my kitchen counter. Now, this is all mixed up. If I wanted to, and since the potatoes are still boiling, I could seal this up and freeze this mixture just like this. Pop a label on it, and there's labels on our website. You can get it, no charge. Pop a label on this, and then put it in the freezer until I'm ready to use it. Or what we are actually going to do, and with the potatoes, if you make those, you would take this. I don't have an extra bag here. How odd. You would take this bag and then the bag of mashed potatoes and pop them in a third bag and store it so it's all together at once. Yes, you can freeze potatoes, but I'm going to take this and make it for my little assistant who's busy out there working and pour it right in the holder. And this is a bag because everything is cooked in here. Everything, nothing to worry about. Just pop it back on the holder and you can wash it. Extremely simple. I'm just going to fold it up so I don't make a mess getting it from there to here. Pop this in the holder. We're good to go. That one's out. Now you can see I have these foil pans, like I said, because I'm going to give this to a friend. And you can use foil pans. You can freeze it. See, we have lids right here. Excuse me. Right here. Pop it, put a label on it, you're good to go. I'm going to add the potatoes to that in a little bit. You'll see the finished product. Join us on Facebook. Now let's get to the taco soup. Let's speed through this. We've got the meat that's already cooked because I cooked it yesterday in the video with the taco seasoning. We've got a can of kidney beans. Take out the juice. Don't think too hard. You got a can of black beans. Leave the juice. There's never very much juice in it anyway. Perfect. We already had the meat. We already had the onions. We already had the corn. Let's do a can of diced tomatoes. These have green chilies. Give it a little kick. Fun, fun, fun. Let's do the salsa. This is fresh salsa. Now let me tell you, this salsa is going to be used in 3 different things. That's why I bought it pre-made and fresh. It's a half a cup. It's actually, and we're going to do a half a cup in the enchiladas. Look at this, very simple. Do you want to know what the rest of this is going to be used for? It's going to be used for the chicken chili that we're going to make on our other video. So we've got this, what am I missing here? Oh, I need garlic. Do a teaspoon of garlic. And if you need the recipes, please, I talk fast, I know. We're going to do a teaspoon and a half. And I love this little measuring spoon because I can just go like this, back and forth. I don't have to use multiple things. There's a big chunk. So we're going to do a teaspoon and a half of chili powder. We already have those green chilies, those tomatoes with green chilies to give it a little kick. Let's do some cumin. We're going to do a half a teaspoon. Perfect. Now see, all of this is going to have a different flavor. It may have similar ingredients, but there's not one that's going to taste alike. Now what am I missing? Anything? No. Yes. Oh, I need a half a can of diced tomatoes with the juices. We're going to use a little salt and pepper. Shake it up, baby, now shake it up, baby. Perfect. All right, my taco soup is done, finished. Now let me tell you something. You can heat this, and if you want to take this one meal and make a couple different meals, you can. I'm going to mix this up because this has great ingredients to make burritos. Yum, yum, yum. And so what you're going to do is this is a thick, hearty soup, and this would be great if you're doing cheese quesadillas. Perfect, pop them in the microwave, no stress about it. Pop this in the microwave as well if you wanted to heat it up because it's already cooked. But you can freeze this, and by freezing it in the bag, look at this, I'm going to take out all the air. Boop, just like that. Label it, freeze it, ready to go. Oh, the phone's ringing. That's probably my husband saying, what's for dinner? Anyway, now if you wanted to do this and shake it completely different flavor, well, the same flavor but different texture, you can add rice. I've just got a boil and bag rice right here. Add it to this mixture, and then you can use your soft shells, roll it up, and add cheese to it. Perfect, yum, yum. So this is good to go. What I'm going to do is when I cook this, I'm going to top it with a little sour cream and a little cheddar cheese, and I'm going to serve it with cheese quesadillas. So that meal's done. Let's move this out of the way. I love when my space starts to get clean. Let's move on to chicken enchiladas because probably that's the most time-consuming thing that I've got. I've got my meat. I've got my salsa. We're going to do a half a cup of sour cream, just like this. We're going to do half a teaspoon chili powder. Give it a little shake there. We're going to do a half a cup of cream cheese. This is whipped cream cheese, just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. These recipes are not precise. If you are one of those that just, like me, I just can't focus on one particular thing at all, and I just like to throw stuff in, hello, you and I are on the same page. Okay, so what do I have? I have the cheese, I have the sour cream, I have the salsa, and I have the beef. And the beef was already seasoned, so it already has that taco seasoning blend. Let me move this out of the way. Look at this, we're whipping this up. Now, if you want to stuff this, you can put rice in it. If you want to make the beef burritos, you can put corn in it. As you know, we're plain Jane kind of folks when it comes to this. I'm going to give you some cheese, sour cream. We're good to go. There we go. We're good to go, just like that. And pop this on the holder. Just perfect. So let's get this. Put it up. Going like this. Now, we are going to roll this up, fold the sides, just like we do in our enchiladas. Very simple. Now, if I want to serve these individually, I can wrap it in wax paper, leave it in the freezer, and pop them out in the microwave for about a minute and a half when I'm ready to use it. But we're going to put them in the pan. All right, as we finish up our enchiladas, since I left you, the potatoes have magically been boiled. And like I said, I'm going to use those for 3 different meals. And I'm going to roll one of these up again. This is the enchiladas, the beef enchiladas that we had with the recipes that we, with the meat that we had pre-made yesterday. And I just pop it in the fridge, and you can see, if you need to learn how to roll a burrito, or enchilada, or burrito, or any of that, there's another video on that. I'm not going to get into it today, I just want to move along. So this foil pan, it's a 9-inch round pan. It's going to hold 5 of them, which realistically, for a big guy and us, it would feed probably 3 to 4 of us. This has no cheese in it at all right now, just the cream cheese. But we're going to put cheese on top of it. So I'm going to fold these as you see, and then we're going to get, actually I'll put 4